Hey, I'm JR, training manager here at Crutchfield.
I'm Buddy, International Product Advisor here at Crutchfield.
And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Jamo Studio 8 series of home speakers. Whether you're setting up a 2-channel music listening system or a full-blown home theater, they've got a speaker for everywhere you would want a speaker.
And at a great price point. You get a lot of speaker in a very small footprint at a great cost.
Like I said, the Studio 8 series is a full line of speakers. They've got multiple floor standing models to choose from, a couple different bookshelves, a couple center channels, some Dolby Atmos topper speakers you can put on some of the floor standing and the bookshelf speakers. They've even got Studio 8 series powered subs.
And let me tell you, that sub is nice. It hits very hard.
You actually own a bunch of these speakers, right?
I do, yes. I've got the bookshelves, the center, and the sub.
You even have the Dolby Atmos top speakers as well, right?
That's right. It fits in perfectly with these speakers and the floor standing speakers as well.
So let me tell you about all the models that they have in the Studio 8 line. There's 3 floor standing, the S809s, the S807s, and the S805s, 2 bookshelves, the S803s and the S801s, a couple different center channels to choose from, the S81 and the S83, the Atmos toppers, the S8 ATMs, those speakers are money, by the way. And then there's 2 powered subwoofers to choose from.
And they all come in a different array of colors, well, 3 to choose from. You've got the walnut, the black, and the white. I actually have all 3 mix and matched, and they all kind of work stylistically. So they sound great, and they look really nice. The larger bookshelves, the 803s, have the same size woofer as the floor standing speakers, just obviously less of them. So the bigger bookshelf speakers put out a surprising amount of bass for their size.
And then the smaller ones, the 801s, they use a 4-inch version of the same woofer and a rear firing port. So you still get pretty decent bass out of an even smaller package.
Talking about ports, the port design on these speakers is really nice if you have space constraints. Because they're front firing, you can put them as close to the wall as you really need to for space and not compromise on sound. So that's definitely a big plus for any speaker. And so if you do have one of the rear firing, rear ported versions of these speakers, you are going to want to make sure that you leave a little bit of space between the back of that speaker and the wall that it's near.
Yeah, the center channels have that rear port, and the smaller of the 2 bookshelves have the rear port. You know, one way to do Dolby Atmos is to actually install speakers in your ceiling, kind of right above your couch. But not everybody is able to run the wires and cut the holes and actually install speakers in their ceiling.
The way you can combat that is to get Jamo's Atmos speaker toppers. It does the same thing as having the speakers physically above your position by firing the sound from the speaker basically into the wall and then back down at you from the ceiling. Really gets you in the movie. You feel like you're there. And again, these toppers do it really well.
And they have a really neat way of mounting on top of 3 of the different Jamo speakers, the 809 and 807 floor standing models and the 803 bookshelves. If you look at the top of these speakers, you're going to see 4 connection points. That's how the Atmos topper gets its signal. There are 2 sets of speaker connectors on the back of the compatible speakers. That second set of speaker connectors is specifically there so that you don't have to run speaker wire all the way up to the top and plug them into the Atmos toppers. You can instead just plug that speaker wire in at the bottom on the back of your floor standing or bookshelf speakers. Let's talk a little bit about placement and aesthetics. The floor standing speakers come with some outrigger feet included in the box. You will need to attach those to the bottom of the floor standing speakers, and they do come with self-tapping screws, so you should be able to attach those and then place them on the floor where you want them. And these speakers look pretty cool. That tweeter, that circle around the tweeter, that's not just there for aesthetics. That's an integrated waveguide. It helps direct the sound out into the sweet spot of your room. So they look cool and they sound cool. As far as placement for the bookshelf speakers go, since they are smaller, you do want to get them up in the air a little bit. You can get some speaker stands to place them on if you don't have the perfect piece of furniture to put them on.
Go with stands, or they even come with really convenient keyhole slots so they can be mounted on a wall as well. So whether you're going with the bookshelf speakers or the floor standing speakers, you might want to consider getting a sub.
Yep, there's the Jamo S808 and S10. That's an 8-inch driver or a 10-inch driver with either 50 watts or 75 watts of power to really give you that low end, that bottom end, that punch. I would describe them as very musical subwoofers, right? They're not going to be overly boomy and sound too huge. They are a nice sort of a slender looking sub. They're a pretty nice alternative to like a big black cube of subwoofer, right? Which is what most other companies' subwoofers look like. So these are stylistically very nice. They're a really nice match for the Jamo S8 series. Of course, you could use any sub you want, but why not go with the Jamos?
I was shocked when I got these speakers initially by the richness of sound that came out of them. They're nice to look at because I like the wood accents that they have on them. It's convertible, it converts to your kind of space and lets you work within a small space, but gives you a very rich quality sound in a small, affordable package.
So if you have any questions about the Jamo Studio 8 series of speakers, get in touch with us. You can talk to advisors like Buddy. We have lots of others advisors standing by as well. Go to crutchfield.com/contact to talk with us either over the phone or chat with them online. You can also post your comment right here on our YouTube video. We do look at those and we will respond accordingly. And as always, go ahead and like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Thanks for watching.